Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Thank you very much for being present here for today's morning class. I speak blessings of everyone so that I can speak something from purification, especially the blessings of tomorrow is very auspicious day. So wonderful that we are discussing the canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, past end of Prahlad Maharaj. So this chapter is a beautiful chapter explaining wonderful transcendental qualities of Prahlad Maharaj. So you see, Prahlad was born to the biggest demon in the history of the world. Biggest demon, Hiranyakashipu. Demon means he is interested in Hiranya and Kashipu more than Krishna. Hiranya means gold, Kashipu means sex life. One was interested more in materialistic and more than Krishna. He is the demon. So Hiranyakashipu was zero interested in Krishna, 100% interested in this. And somehow inconceivably, he got a devotee son, Prahlad, who was best of the devotees. And right in the womb of mother, he got a station of great saintly person, Narada Muni, and received instruction from Narada Muni, and started practicing devotional service right from womb of mother. And when he was born, he was so exalted. And even as a 5-year-old boy, he was self-realized Krishna conscious person. So we see when Prahlad was sent to Gurukul of Chanda and Amarak. Chanda and Amarak are two sons of Shukracharya. And after spending some time in Gurukul, when Father Hiranyakashipu asked, when it came to Father Hiranyakashipu very affectionately put him on the lap and inquired from him, "My dear son, what is the best thing you have learned in school? Please tell." And first time, what did Prahlad Maharaj say? He said that, "My dear father, the best thing I have learned is that those who are attached to materialistic way of life, they should better leave home and go to forest and worship. Because those who are attached to materialistic way of life, if they remain in home, continuing materialistic way of life, more they are going to work hard, more they will just suffer. There is not going to be peace. You want peace, you want happiness. If you continue in materialistic way of life, you never get peace and happiness. If you really want peace and happiness, then you have to stop materialistic way of life. And as long as you're in home, surrounded by materialistic people and with goal of materialistic way, there's no question of peace and happiness. So better is that you leave home and go to forest where one can peacefully worship Krishna. Then one can be peaceful and happy. This was Prahlad, 5-year-old boy, telling his father, Hiranyakashipu, who was the greatest demon. Can you imagine? Telling to the greatest demon that you should give up your demonic activities, retire from demonic activities, and go to forest and engage in Krishna service. Because Prahlad was very humble and he was genuine well-wisher of everyone, including his father. He humbly told it when asked. He did not himself impose on him because Krishna asked, Prahlad told. He did not tell lies. He told what he considered was really beneficial for him. But somehow Hiranyakashipu didn't like this instruction. He became so upset and angry. and he thought that his teachers are teaching him wrong things. He called Shandamar, chastised them, and said, "Arey, you should teach them nicely. You should become the best of the demons, not so-called devotee." What kind of these things he is telling? Foolish things. Get lost. And all teachers became very alarmed. They were wondering how this boy is speaking all these things. And then again, teachers tried their best to teach him politics, diplomacy, uh, and economic development, all these things. But Prahlad did not like this subject. He did not take it seriously. But Shandamar, they tried their best and taught, and they thought that he had learned. So he presented again after some time to Hiranyakashipu. And again, Hiranyakashipu very affectionately took him on the lamp and asked him, "My dear Prahlad, please tell me, what is the best thing you have learned in the school?" Again, Prahlad told, "What is the best education?" He is told that to practice 9 courses of devotional service, believe, hearing and chanting, Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Nasam. This thing is the best thing, because by practice of this 9 courses of devotional service, one can become pure devotee of Krishna, one can become mercy of Krishna, can perfect life. Purpose of life is to be devotee. So when Hiranyakashipu heard that, it was unbearable. Again, he became so angry and he threw him from his lap. Again, we see that teachers tried their best to teach Hiranyakashipu, teach Prahlad Maharaj all the ritualistic things, but Prahlad did not listen. Rather, whenever teachers were away, he taught even Krishna consciousness to other children of the demons who were there in school. So, especially in these verses which we are discussing today, you see that when Hiranyakashipu heard this answer from Prahlad Maharaj, he was wondering how he has become devotee. So he asked, "Hey, my dear Prahlad, where did you learn all these things?" So Prahlad said, "My dear father, one cannot learn Krishna consciousness by oneself or by one's own efforts or by collective efforts of many materialistic people. One materialistic person cannot become a devotee, or many materialistic people together coming among themselves discussing, they cannot become devotees. By no material efforts can one become devotee." And then he explains today's verse, especially said, one can become devotee only by mercy of another devotee. And there is no other way. Only by taking shelter of a Vaishnava, devotee, and serving him sincerely, humbly, heartily, can one become. So, this is a story, the real story, millions of years ago. Is this story relevant today in any way? Is this past and relevant today in any way? See how it is relevant? Yes. Yes.
So, Prahlad Maharaj, 2 points come to my mind. One is Prahlad Maharaj, he became the great personality that he was by the mercy of Narad Muni. This is one point. And another point is how, amidst so much turbulence, he took shelter of Krishna. He always remembered Krishna. And we also are constantly faced by turbulent times, warlike situations. And
Okay. So, yes. So, how Prahlad Maharaj, he was living in demonic environment, still he became devoted because the situation of arguing serious. And he meditated on the inspiration now. He became great devoted. Similarly, in our life also, whatever external situation, this Hiranyakashipu represents the entire demonic society. And now everybody has become agent of Kali. Like Shanda and Amarka, they're coming and trying to protect Prahlad in demoniac way. So this society is also, that way, actually nothing but Hiranyakashipu. That way. And we are trying to be devotee. So by taking the shelter of the devotee, especially Srila Prabhupada, or Srila Prabhupada, by his mercy, so many people were turned to become Prahlad kind of devotee. Means they also became such purified, wonderful Vaishnavas. So only by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada or the great source like Srila Prabhupada, who are following the footsteps of Srila Prabhupada, by their mercy, so many people can become devotees like that. Otherwise, you did not see that, people becoming devotees before Srila Prabhupada came. Bhagavad Gita was there, and in India also so many things, but the kind of devotional service which people took up by the mercy of the great Vaishnava Srila Prabhupada and his sincere followers, that is something na bhuto na bhavishyati kind of situation.
Yes. So current situation is just like very much interested in some education. At least in this time, they were also interested in some kind of calm. Now they are not interested in how can calm. That is what is promoted. But even in the situation where Hiranyesh was bullying someone, it's not what to do. So it is possible to be doing it. We see the Plasma is trying to convince the Venkateshwar to only person is ideal correct. But somehow, even this group did not listen. So then finally what happened? He tried his best to kill Prahlad, and finally, because of the offense of torturing Prahlad, nursing so angry, he so the Prahlad was not able to convince Hiranyakashipu, and though Hiranyakashipu did not become devotee, he was destroyed. But from that lesson we can learn that maybe some people who are so much very adamant like Hiranyakashipu may not become devotee. But many others, most of the people are not so adamant. They may hear Hiranyakashipu tendencies, but when they hear what is pastime, what was the end of Hiranyakashipu, they can learn good lessons. So, majority of people, 80% of people are either hardcore demons nor hardcore devotees. They have chance to go in either direction. So when they get the opportunity to hear about Hiranyakashipu, how his materialism led to his destruction. One can get that understanding of this action. And then when he reads about Dharma and service, learn so peaceful, so happy, so affection, so learning, and learning all what is God. Take the best care of love, demonstrate those service. Millions of lifetimes. In those situations, external things may be different, but principles are same. Even today, there are people. Today also it's possible that following footsteps of love, another. So some people may be like Rahul Prabhu, Rahul Sinha. Some people may not understand by hearing Now he's telling that nobody can become devotee on his own. And today I was specifically telling that unless one feels the dust of lotus feet of people who still from material contact, attached to Krishna, one cannot become. So when you read the translation, it's very tough. What's the- unless
Unless
they smear upon their body,
you make a
then the dust of the lotus feet of a Vaishnava,
lotus feet of a Vaishnava,
completely free from material contamination,
completely free from the material contamination,
persons
person
very much inclined
very much inclined towards
materialistic life
materialistic lives
cannot be attached
cannot be attached
to the lotus feet of the Lord,
to the lotus feet of the Lord,
who is glorified
who is glorified
for his uncommon activity.
for his uncommon activity.
Only by becoming Krishna conscious,
Only by becoming Krishna conscious
taking shelter of the lotus feet of the Lord,
and taking shelter of the lotus feet of the Lord
in this way,
in this way
can one
cannot
be completely
be of material contamination.
So, root cause of all our suffering is material contamination. And others cannot be gone unless we become completely Krishna. When we become Krishna conscious, automatically we put in heart. But one cannot become Krishna conscious unless one takes shelter of the devotee who is attached to lotus and who is free from all material. So when ordinary person reads this verse, maybe, hey, I want to take shelter of lotus feet of devotee, but where can I find a devotee who is free from all material contamination? There it is said, Vaishnava is completely free from all material contamination. So sometimes person may find all the possible reasons why we cannot get it. How it is impossible to when we tell become good. It's not possible. Fine. Unpossible. Earlier we said on our own one cannot become. So how can I become a good? And even if so many people help me to become good, I cannot become good. You can help me to become good. Vaishnava is completely form. And I don't think anybody in this world is completely form. I'm not a devotee. And I cannot become devotee. And nobody can make me devotee because there is no one who is free from isn't it? Here Prabhu is saying that your patient is completely free from. So what is hope for me? Because I'm not a devotee and there is nobody in this much world who is free from material contamination. How will I become devotee? If somebody says like what can we say? Yes.
So even if we take shelter of some devotees who may not be fully perfect, they are taking shelter of somebody who is fully perfect. Right? Even though mentors and all in ISKCON may not be pure devotees, but they are taking shelter of a pure devotee. So
Okay. So, yes. Maybe I'm not a nobody is a people. Especially if you see the life of all of them. They're not ordinary devotees from this. They're needed. They don't get it to the line. So it's not that taking shelter of devotees is just a material thing. It's a spiritual thing. And spiritual shelter is beyond time and space. Not that, okay, these acharyas are gone and now I cannot take shelter. So that's how it is there in form of these teachings, in form of books, not really. Or previous acharyas also there. So one can take shelter. So these acharyas are free. And one can take shelter. Taking shelter then means taking shelter of the instruction. So proper instruction that there is proper is only for the proper instruction. Never ever leave Islam. You remain in Islam, serve in Islam. Gradually, it will be fine. So that is the instruction from Prabhupada. Other instructions that you can show your love by how you
Oh,
operate. So this is the instruction. Proper instruction that can at least 16 rounds of habit. Follow for. So this instructions are taking care of taking shelter of your devotees. Taking shelter of their instruction. And their instructions are always relevant. So they are there in their one form. And if one follows these instructions, in some places there is no pure. We study life of Prabhu, it's not ordinary person. It's a pure devotee, not become a real parents. And contextual to Prabhupada and begins his devotion service. Prabhupada has established his song, Prabhupada has established his program, Prabhupada wrote books and he instructed to every day study Bhagavatam, hear Bhagavatam, chant Hare Krishna, preach message of Krishna consciousness. He follows instruction, and when we are purified, then we can understand that it's not that only Prabhupada is good. Atma monetary, we are contaminated. We think I'm a materialistic person. So everybody is contaminated. No. Maybe in the beginning, when you don't have faith in anybody, at least one can have faith in Prabhupada. Even if you don't have faith in Prabhupada, at least one can have faith in Prabhupada. The Prabhupada are Chinese. So one will be contaminated. So one will be purified. One is purified, then one can develop faith for that. We are not developing faith in us unless the other way. We see others as we are. And we are purified. And devotee is always very exalted. Especially you can see that not only Prabhupada is devotee, many other devotees dedicated their lives and their sacrifice on their lives in service of Krishna, service of ISKCON. So they can be also considered devotees. Your devotees take instruction of your devotees. Because only are there for their given their lives, whole lifetime service of Prabhupada. So when one is practicing, gradually one will develop faith in other devotees. And when you follow them, after one may say, okay, I will only follow a spiritual master who is served to Prabhupada. Then we progress. But actually, we all the Prabhupada disciples want this thing. They always tell how to serve, how to become properly situated by cultivating teaching of Lord Chaitanya, especially Arora, Amana, Kirtan. So when we develop some practice, we just start chanting, follow them. Then you become humble. Then you become humble. Then you can see when you do now. Then you can see good quality of life. Then you can appreciate others. when we develop that ability, learn to tolerate others, respect others, then actually we shine nicely and serve nicely and progress in Krishna consciousness. So it's not that yeah, we have to have only pure devotee to instruct us. Already pure devotee is instructed now. But I will follow. And more we follow, more we will be certain and we will be able to develop faith in other people. And it's instruction of Prabhupada and our Guru said how we should serve Krishna. And only by serving Krishna once can we get blessed. So if you want to please Krishna, you have to take shelter of spiritual master. You want to please master, you have to follow his instruction. And Prabhupada is saying you have to remain in his son, not leave his son. Prabhupada is saying you have to change, follow Prabhupada. And if you do that, we can we never feel other devotees who are sincerely following Prabhupada. And when we take shelter of those who are sincerely following Prabhupada, then, and especially we take the instructions. The instruction is that how we should serve together in our system, honor everybody, not offend anyone. So we take the instructions, then we can further progress. For means you cannot appreciate anyone but only Krishna. Anything Krishna once, then you may be able to appreciate great Acharya like Prabhu. And one further advances, then one will be able to also appreciate those sincere souls and devotees who have dedicated their entire life in service. One further advances, one may be able to take shelter of one of Christ's master, take their instructions. And when one takes their instructions seriously, one will be able to appreciate Vaishnavas, and especially one will be able to appreciate Vaishnavas. So as we advance in Krishna consciousness, as we are purified in Krishna, we can appreciate more and more Vaishnavas. In the beginning, when we appreciate one Vaishnava, then two Vaishnavas, then 10 Vaishnavas, 100 Vaishnavas, 1,000 Vaishnavas. As we practice Krishna more and more, we can appreciate more and more. And we can see that how they are better than us. In unified state, we think I am better than everybody. But when you are really purified, we understand, oh, not that I'm better than you. Maybe some people are better than me. This one, maybe I should take leadership. And if follow them, then you can say, not only there are many people who are better than me, maybe a few hundred people. Then I will continue. And then you can say, everybody is better. So like advanced state, you can understand that everybody is better than me. And therefore everybody is my Prabhu. And for them to serve everybody. Maybe a different way we can serve different devotees. But at least have consciousness. So when some devotees, then actually we can advance in Krishna consciousness very fastly without coming to the point of honoring well serving devotees. Krishna consciousness will become theoretical. So here we see Prabhupada saying that one may be great academician, just by being great academician, we will not understand. But by serving Krishna, pleasing them, that we understand Krishna consciousness. We see we have come to this material world because of our impulse, because of our independent desire to enjoy separate from God. So when you come to this material world, you are covered by many layers of ignorance. And first layer of ignorance is where we forget our real identity. Then we develop another layer of ignorance where we develop false identity. We get covered by our false. And then whole life, actually, that's just and our mind and influence always expert, in particular false ego maintains our mental. So some of this material resistance, therefore, that will be accept superior authority. Other than false ego, if we don't surrender ourselves in authority, then our false ego is our authority, mind and our intelligence is our authority, and mind and intelligence are servants of false ego. So it will keep the change. Gradually then accepting other authorities in mind. This accepting authority is very difficult for us. That is how Maya keeps us in trap in this material world. Because we don't like to follow instructions of him. Very difficult. We want to follow our own rules. And then we become secure with us. But we learn to accept authority. Then actually our deliverance makes it first master. Accepting authority. This is proper established tool which for made a system. So it was not possible. Everybody can directly report a problem. And that is not needed also. Anybody accept problem, then we accept problem. He also accept change. He also accept. He also accept the Vaishnava culture of appreciating and honoring other Vaishnavas. So when we accept this authority and humble ourselves, then we can progress in spiritual. Otherwise, if we don't accept superior authority, then our false ego is authority. And when I say false ego is authority, life becomes very, very challenging. Authority means that's not anything. Authority taking it very seriously. Our mind tells some instruction, effort tells. So what to do? So whenever we follow our minds, we can see very different results when we follow. So that is very different. It's not that we have to blindly follow, but the principle of acceptance should be there. If we are not able to follow, we can have open dialogue. Frank dialogue. So then, when you have frank dialogue, then empathy is about something. They will also give us instruction which we will be able to follow. Like we see, sometimes proper give some instruction to devotees. Which was apparently, like for example, apparently against what he has been speaking in class and written and written. And then ask Prabhu, why you allow him to do this thing or that? If I don't allow him this, it will be that will lead to further. No? But if by saying yes, at least following, and that way he remains in the fold of Vaishnava person, right? We can. So, this, there is always sensitive. And if we become authorities, we have to be sensitive. Because we have to see how to complete others from whichever situation we are. Take one step. Similarly, and at our level, how to take surrender submission, but how to increase ourselves one step little better. At our step, we are not 100% surrender. Okay, fine. But how I can surrender a little more? How I can become a little more honest? How I can become more, improve my relationship, more with my superiors, so that I can find this, so that more of your honest relation, more concern. Similarly, when I'm instructing juniors, how I can become more sensitive and how I can actually help them. So though we may not be completely free from 100% free from it. But it's the growth gradually. It's not one day all of a sudden we gradually more we follow, more we follow, more our faith we get, more our faith will push, more we can follow. So it's a gradual process by which we can advance. And especially uh, in this advancement, this faith comes by obsession. This so these great people like people working very very successful, but still they understood all the material wealth, all the material opulence is not meaningful without much self-love, without so we say in technical, without it, how hard it is, so eager to be master, and how they was so when he heard the Telugu is Krishna, they were very eager, and we see that Sarvabhattacharya explained that Telugu is Krishna. They are taking some, and Sarvabhattacharya said Telugu is Krishna immediately. So that was his qualification. Carefully, this Guru, because of that, and further he will progress. So in the beginning, we may not have faith everybody, but at least two things can or at least they will come. Whatever little bit is that we can move forward further. And we see how Prabhu Maharaj not only had faith in his Guru, but he was non-atheist. When his assistant, Ramrai, he was Prabhu, what was the name? And Prabhu became Chairman of Ramrai is retired from being governor of Madras and joining and Puri. So then Ramrai went and gave the resignation to King Prabhu. Prabhu was so happy. He did not say, hey, I'm trying to get an appointment or what. First, let me afterwards we'll see you. So then, I did not get you are getting wonderful. Happy. Immediately, he gave him government. Not only that, he gave him full salary also. Instant way of you don't have to worry about it, I give full salary. And then, this is very not being staying on not being this. Then we can progress further. Then we see how King this Ramadhan and make a lot of sense. Explain how we tell me. So we will not give immediate appointment, but we give and because this king has shown so much of love for you, Ramadhan, and you are very dear to Krishna. Krishna will certainly give blessings to him. So if he serves the Lord as others, instead of being envious of them, serve them will also. But also people become envious, and that's all their misfortune is. But the old enemy, it's only this. Okay, I may not have direct frustration. I may not have that. But again, I just can those. Those are the same much. You see that in the world, just complex. So I'm saying whenever I get those are people. So it's not that you are not just patient, but you are very enthusiastic and you are also determined. So now Krishna consciousness, the advanced into Krishna, we should be also very enthusiastic and determined. Not that देखा जाएगा तब कुछ होगा नहीं जब भगवान बुलाएंगे तब मन मिलाएंगे जब भगवान बुलाएंगे तब आगे determined. we are determined in our matter. More than that, we should define. And if you want to advance in matter life of spiritual behavior, you make that. How to make that? Without sacrifice, no, and we can't advance. So you see, when Prabhu he was trying to get appointment of Lord Alvarado, he was trying to test the approach somewhat of the area, he approached with them. He was seeing how he can. Then finally, when he saw that he's not getting mercy because he is clearly, so he thought that because I am clearly, I'm not resting in mercy of God. Better, I am give up my king. He understood mercy of God is more important than my kingship. He was ready to sacrifice this thing. And when he came to and all of us understood, he is really serious and he wants to give up being king so that he can receive God. They went and requested God. I will not. You should do mercy. And then Lord showed. But he said, I cannot meet you, but I can meet his son. Lord said, I can meet his son. Praise God. So very determined. So we should not be satisfied that okay. If you see what will come on the day, you should deal with it. Deal with it. And our person. Is not was very very they were from this thing. That you see that the way not only the faith and good with faith, but even very calmness in every situation. Then we can progress in situation. And especially then we will be able to say everything else. We'll be able to say handle Christian. Even so a wonderful thing happened. You know, so not so wonderful thing also happened. We can say how Christian actually had. We see in lecture past times when Lordship was dancing because everybody wanted to stand, Prabhu wanted to see, but when Shiva Thakur was coming on the way, Harishchandra was trying to move aside Shiva so that he can see nicely Lordship and dance. And then when he was being pushed by Harishchandra back, he became so disturbed. He was not aware, but he just gave a snap to Harishchandra. So when one is being blessed by God and we can see everything. We are apparently so-called misfortune. So we are getting mercy and advancing Krishna. We can see step by step. It's not that all of a sudden, no, we become pure. But gradually we can see. We are able to say, then we will be blissful. Something one blissful and gives us enthusiasm. Something not so wonderful also happens to us. Maybe this is also good for. Sometimes I'm not able to know how to do it. Maybe I can ask you this. Not escape is correct. And this thing, second word, right? Trying this in created in Prabhu and then Prabhu destruction. So, the making of Vaishnav trace something to the part and it's singing beautiful song. The whole Ram so exciting. Let's yes, my dear sir, what are you? You're being so fine. this principle of service is very, very important. And the living will serve it up 1 way, 2 ways, 100 ways, more and more ways. Very, very with everybody. So, thank you. One, one, three.
Very, okay, Prabhu, two main key takeaways for me from this session are when we advance in Krishna consciousness by following the instructions of a pure devotee like Prabhupada. Even though in the beginning we may only see Prabhupada as a pure devotee, but later on we realize no, there are so many other pure devotees also. And then as we keep advancing further, we see everyone is better than me.
Yes.
Um,
And Krishna is perfect association for us. Whatever required for advance, you should know we have that. And you take advantage of that association, then Krishna will give you more association, more advance.
yes.
Right now, we get association, two advance would is maybe very good ideas also. So if you get little association, because sometimes we cannot handle it. Then purely would be very good. What else do we have? We should know. Let us simplify nicely.
Another very nice point you made was how Maharaj Pratap Rudra saw mercy even in Srivas Thakur's lap to Harichandra. And he saw it as, oh, I wasn't so fortunate to receive this slap. That's really very exalted attitude to see Krishna's mercy in every situation. I, I have a question also in connection with this. So, yeah, when so many turbulences happen around in the world, like we know right now, India, Pakistan are almost on the verge of war. We may be worried about our family members who may possibly be affected by the situation. So, yeah, in such a situation, how do we have a broader Krishna conscious perspective? How do we advance in such a situation? How do we see Krishna's hand in such situations?
We see people sometimes like in this world, anything's happening, we have this action. We can see that in this world, laws of nature are very strict. We would expect things when we torture others. In this world, there is individual karma, collective karma, that part of us. So in this world, someone can be something, someone's God, very simple life will happen. So naturally, wars come and the race because we are causing pain also is consequence. So and we have to do our part. That is part of it. So we can also how we can make others because that is the real solution. That is what we like to us. We are Krishna, we serve, we have others, we Krishna. In first kind of some chapter, two words, proper rights. This section where son of punishment. So had Purana son, Ashutama. He said that he five sleeping wow, I will kill this Ashwatthama. And then he and Krishna started chasing after. When Krishna realized how much life is at stake, so out of fear, obligation, he then sent Brahmastra to destroy whole world. And the Brahmastra came in the sky, it was so much heat and light and everyone difficult. But then after praise Krishna, the mighty Krishna, I don't know, there is like what is reasons. Here then what is going to be done? What is the matter? And so this is Brahmastra. And then he said, you will send another Brahmastra, counteract this Brahmastra. We talk about the Brahmastra. There is one very great advantage. Prabhupada Alaksha, Loka Vedi Karan Chitam. Matam was delivered Panjaha Arjuna Vayam. Thus, the disturbance of the general populace, Indian discussion of Arjuna at once attracted both Brahmastra weapons as Lord Sri Krishna decided. The theory that the modern atomic bomb is used can annihilate the world is Chinese imagination. The modern atomic bomb can annihilate the world is Chinese imagination. There is very lot of First of all, the atomic energy is not powerful. Whereas Brahmastra was powerful. First of all, the atomic energy is not powerful. Second, ultimately, it all rests on supreme will of God. Because without his will or science, nothing can be built up or destroyed. It is foolish also to think that natural laws are rational power. Matter, material nature's law work under the direction of the Lord, as confirmed by the action of the Lord says that natural laws work under his supervision. The world can be destroyed by the will of God, and not by the wills of tiny politicians. Tiny politician or millions of politicians. Everything is destroyed. No tiny politician. World can be destroyed only by the will of God. Yes, world will be destroyed. There is time for destruction. He said, at particular period of time, world is destroyed. There is partially destruction, there is almost destruction, there is complete destruction. And before world is destroyed, our body is also destroyed. So, at the end of our life, world is destroyed, one destruction. At the end of the year, there is small destruction. At the end of almost period, there is another destruction. At the end of Brahma's day, there is another destruction. At the end of Brahma's life, there is complete destruction. So that's happening, but that happens as the will of God, not by will of time politician. So one shouldn't sell this puppet in hands of Maya or Krishna. And ultimately, Maya is also puppet in hands of Krishna. Without sanction of Krishna, it's done. So here is the first thing. The world cannot be destroyed. No, the world can be destroyed only by the will of God, by the will of constitution designed that vehicles live by roaming and the carried out by Krishna. Similarly, there are many agents of the all-powerful Lord, and simply by his will, only can one excel world. What is very powerful. And it's in one moment, everything can be perfect, great. Not only what should we do when war comes? Just chant Hare Krishna. What can you do? That's the best sentence. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. What was happening? So, what is Vaishnav? Another sentence. Prabhupada himself was cooking for the Lord. This bothered me. When bombs were happening, he did not get disturbed by the bombs. He wanted to go to Mayapura, but his wife did not have some stay there only and was continuing to much have service, continue our devotion. Continue our devotion service, we won't be affected like this. And even if due to some reason, what is our best riding you standing her and we can do things in our area of influence. We don't have to worry too much beyond our influence. What can we do to stop orbiting that concern? Not much. Things which are beyond our area of influence, we should not waste our valuable human form life. Very good. And whatever is in our influence, we can do that. We can practice it. The cause of all this is actually our sinful life. The cause of sinful life is ignorance. We can remove ignorance in work and all this. Without Krishna's sanction, what is not going to be? He is the control. Okay? He has not lost the control. Lost control. All this being taken care of by all the one. People are very tiny, insignificant lights. One village.
Reflect on this book. This I really appreciate this point of that false ego is the authority. Basically, we just try to serve a false ego only, and it's very difficult because we are so accustomed to serve a false ego to accept authority of anyone. So basically, the very fact we have come to this material because we have rejected Krishna. Actually, we are not willing to accept the authority of Krishna also. Sometimes I would think sometimes that thought may come in our mind that only if the pure devotee who may be my authority, then I can very nicely follow. I can sincerely follow and please them. But the point is that actually we have we have actually rejected even Krishna. So when it comes to even say directly pure devotee also, it's not actually we may think from distance like this. When we go and serve, then we may start finding fault in them also, and we may not follow them. Then become further aparad also. So as you were saying that devotees, Krishna has put us in the best of the situation, and he has given us mercy by giving us some authority.
Yes.
So when we accept the gift of Krishna in the form of the devotees who are there to guide us, help us, and being grateful to Krishna, and knowing that the inconveniences which I feel is actually, the purification of my own false ego which is required.
Yes.
So, and though it's painful, but being grateful at the same time, having this understanding, then we can progress, like that.
Yes.
Because because as you said that, because when the pure devotees are there, like our that Maharaj, he may be sitting on gas and maybe smiling, and just holding the hands and everything. But he said that if you actually directly serve under Maharaj, then you understand what Maharaj is. When he becomes a manager, Maharaj is very strong also. So people sometimes run away. They are saying that not so easy. So basically, I really appreciate this point that you said that we appreciate the association what Krishna has given, the best association, and we learn to actually work on ourselves. How should I become a proper subordinate, proper authority, by which I can do justice to what Krishna's mercy. I mean, I reciprocate with Krishna's mercy what I'm getting. Focusing on that. By that, we become more and more properly situated servant, and will actually progress in being servant or servant more and more.
Yes.
So I really appreciate this point. Thank you.
Yes, mercy of Krishna.
Another point, this thing would help me a lot. When we think that devotees are my well-wisher, like say some devotee, may tell me something, some feedback he may give or something. So now, when we have this idea that devotee is my well-wisher, then we have more better, openness to receive also, without blaming the devotee. So the general tendency is that we start seeing a fault in that person only. But when we can think that actually devotee is my well-wisher, then we can actually feel very happy. Like I remember in my voice days, one devotee, I had to cook some, in cooker rice. The devotee has put not cooker in the vessel. So he told to take care of the rice. So I started staring, and I was taking care like this. I was not knowing what to do. And then he came back, and he just blasted on me. He said, "What do you do? It's not cooked only." So he is like, he said like, food. Completely, he was like very devastated. I mean, he was very unhappy. Then at that time it was painful, but when I was thinking, but actually he's my well-wisher. He's always, wanting to see that how I progress and everything. So that immediately, just completely pacified, like that. So when we actually see that how devotees maybe sometimes, giving some feedback or maybe telling something, maybe sometimes upset with us, but actually their whole intention is that they're well-wished. If you ask the devotee, do you want me to progress or not? Actually, they very much want us to progress. They very much want us to get free from another. They very much want us to be in love for Krishna. So any devotee, he's actually a well-wisher of ours. With this faith, if we deal, then we can actually, better take, the association nicely and tolerate the inconveniences of false ego, which is there. So this thing really, for this thing, devotee is my well-wisher. This thing which I kind of try to think. This thing. Yeah.
And we stand to be always probably will continue. Now we are
Even that time also, I could see that because this reflection itself is so wonderful.
they want to honestly forgive us. That's very affection. It's really wonderful. They are saying something.
Yeah, you said that also. Frankly, we can.
Foundational principles. Not becoming